Myself, Dr.S.R.Marigoudar, Scientist D from the National Center for Coastal Research, Ministry of Earth Sciences, Chennai. We are working on microplastics and marine pollution. The plastic pollution and the pollution of the coastal environment has become a bigger challenge, and it's a global challenge and transboundary in nature, where the plastic materials travel from source to many places across the oceans. So it has become a global problem, and mainly because plastics are getting entangled into the fishes, and many marine organisms are getting affected from these plastics. As a result, it's not only plastics, it also carries many kinds of contaminants along with its surfaces. As a result, it has become a problem to most of the marine organisms. As well as plastics is a bigger problem, mainly because the plastics are getting degraded into a tiny particles which cannot be seen from the even from the eyes, because the ocean dynamics are so huge that the bigger particles are getting converted into a minor nano particles and microplasticals. Once the particle size is becoming very tinier, then it will mimic as a substance which can be eaten by these marine organisms. As a result, most of these marine organisms are eating these microplastics, and that is mostly toxic also, because it may contains leachites which leachites containing many kinds of chemicals which are harmful to the organism's health. As well as it is becoming a nuisance in most of the beaches and coastal areas, because most of these land based activities, which includes recreational and other beach activities that are contributing to the beach pollution, mainly because of this kind of activity, and most of these single use plastics and food wrappers and all these are being used in the coastal areas. As a result, people are throwing and the beaches are becoming littered. So the micro plastic is slowly getting into the water. Once the plastic is getting into the water, once it becomes a micro and nanoplastics, then the problem is huge, which cannot be taken out also. Therefore, the plastic must be controlled at the source itself, and our activities and social change is required. One of the best thing is we should avoid single use plastics, and more focus should be there on the recycling of these plastics, so that the plastic which is called as a waste can be used as an useful product by recycling it. At the same time, we should also avoid single use plastics and reduce the usage of this one. There should be a ban on this. So therefore, single use plastics have been banned by the government of India also. Around 14 products have been banned. So the problem is bigger, problem is wider, and plastics are everywhere. They are being present in the Arctic and Antarctic and even the deepest part of the oceans. As a result, this plastic pollution has become a global, and these are reaching to the far off places from its source of origin. These are traveling across the oceans. As a result, many of the marine organisms are suffering from these plastics. Not only these microplastics, apart from that, many ocean based activities including fisheries and other things are also the unattended nets or trash nets are also being getting into the water. Those are also causing damage to the marine organisms. Therefore, the wider publicity is required, awareness is required, and people should be aware. The plastic is harmful to the environment. As a result, this has to be eliminated from the source itself. There should be source segregation and policies to bring the control of these microplastic and plastics as such. So there should be involvement of the public as well as the stakeholders, right from the plastic recycling and its life cycle also, right from the manufacturing until the disposal of the materials. Once it is disposed, and it should be recycled. So the policy should be intervened everywhere, and there should be a people participation also, because there should be a people awareness on the plastic is dangerous to the environment and it should not be thrown away. So therefore, there is a requirement for the change in their attitude. We should change our attitude, and so that our oceans are clean, our environment is clean, so that we can save our oceans. So India is blessed with almost 7,500 kilometers of coastline, covering around 9 coastal states and 4 union territories, and that is having coastline is also having beaches and rocky areas, and all these kinds of diversity can be found. As a result, the vastness of these beaches has to be maintained. The beauty of these coastal areas can only be maintained if we can able to eliminate plastics from these areas, and ultimately it should be the responsibility of each and everyone involving us in this endeavor to make it these beaches are clean and safer for environment. Thank you.